Summoner's War Update version 8.5.2. Alright guys, what's going on, slickheads? Welcome back. Today we have an update. We have a huge update. Normally I give my live reactions on this kind of stuff in my live streams, but today I decided, you know what, I'm gonna actually glance through it, sort of get an understanding of everything that has been updated, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a big one. This is a really big one. This one's game changing. Lot of really good updates recently. I don't know what's been in the Summoner's War T recently, but yeah, they got some good shit cooking, good shit brewing, and yeah, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna see exactly what this update has for us, and I'm gonna give you my opinions on everything. And yeah, let's get into it. Summoner's War Update version 8.5.2. All right. First thing here we have here is the Rune and Artifact score system. This is huge. So right away, showing pretty much one of the biggest things in this update. So the runes and artifacts now, they have these numbers underneath of their grade, I guess you can call it. So like under this legend here, you can see a specific number. What this update is basically like Swap, which is, it's the Summoner's War Optimizer. It was a fan-made website that allowed you to put your account information into the website, and then it was able to generate, you know, the best possible, you know, runes and stuff on your account, which is basically just this number here. So they took Summoner's War Optimizer and they just put it in the game, which is going to piss a lot of people off that have been using that application, especially the ones that made the website. I'm sure are really annoyed by this, but I think it's fair. I think it's a really fair update, because before, you know, it was just a separation between the hardcore players and newer players, because that's just another thing that not everyone's going to go and download and not everyone's going to have. So now you're just putting people more on a fair playing field. You're making it less, there's less barriers to entry into getting better at this game. And but what I'll say about this number though is that it's not 100% accurate. What I mean by that is, so I'll go to my account real fast. We'll take a look at some of my units. So for example, we have Ziana here, and if you go through here, you know, all my numbers are above 150. But if you go to this one, it's at 130. And the reason for that is, number one, it's a rare rune. So that's going to reduce, you know, the height of which a substat can get upgraded. So for example, what happened with this one is, because there's crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy, you can't grind into these stats. So therefore, it's going to be harder to get a higher number here. So the only stat I was able to grind into is attack. And as you can see from my other runes here, like I was able to grind into both speed and HP here. Plus it's a legend rune. The rolls are going to be higher. And then it also depends on the type of grinds that you put into the rune, you know, how high the grind goes into. Also, another thing to note is that when you're upgrading runes, so for example, this one here, notice how it's at 147. And we go to plus 15 it stays at 147. So this isn't calculating this top number here. It's only calculating the substats. So when you go to power up and enchant a substat, that's going to be able to increase or decrease this number depending on if you have a grind already into it and it goes into a lower grind. But yeah, really good update. I mean, I think it's good to show like newer players exactly, you know, where their runes are being graded, but it's also important to understand that if you have stuff like high resistance, high crit rate, high crit damage, you know, those percentages that you can't change, it's not always going to perfectly reflect how good the rune actually is. But I would say, for the most part, you can kind of tell if a rune is good if it's above 150. I think 150 is going to be like the main threshold, just like the kind of common number to be able to tell people like all your runes should be around 150 or higher, to be able to see if they're good or not. That's my opinion. That might change. You know, I'm not the best with optimizing my runes and stuff. But that's how I look at it. That's how I'm going to treat this. All right, let's move on here. Yep, just talking about more of what we just talked about. And now down here we have rune management, rune advanced setting features. Just more features that I've been trying to look into a little bit. This is kind of confusing to me. Honestly, I'm not the best person to be teaching you guys about this specifically because I never used the Summoners War Optimizer. So I would suggest, checking out other channels, people like Sashizo, and I might have said that horribly wrong. Sorry about that. Or like somebody like Sean B, or just like another player that's really knows what they're talking about. But yeah, as for right now, we're going to just kind of skip most of this. But like I said, they just introduced all of the Summoners War optimization stuff in the game now. And if you can just really sink your teeth into this stuff and get like the perfect, understanding of your account. And yeah, just utilize this feature. Definitely look into it, especially if you're an end game player. This will take you to the next level. All right, and then up next we have the community deck recommendation feature. So I took a look at this. I was trying to figure out exactly what this was. And basically this is going to be my downfall. So now you can send people messages for recommendations on how to beat certain things. So like for the example on screen here, this person is asking for a recommendation for a Giants Keep Abyss hard team, for, the team comps, runes, artifacts, setups, all that stuff. And the person that's receiving it, so it doesn't show that for some reason. I feel like they should have showed that. Oh wait, does it show it? Yes, it does. So like, I guess this is the received tab down here. And this is what you can do. You can put in the team that you're recommending. You can give a description of how the team works, show the runes as well. And the reason why this is going to be my downfall, and I'm sure a lot of creators' downfalls, is that people are going to be constantly trying to ask for recommendations and stuff. So, you know what? To counteract that, $50 for a recommendation, and I got you. No, but for real though, this is a great feature just for like people in chat and stuff that are asking questions. And then you can just simply, send them a message, send them one of these messages and help them out with their team. It's a great way to get the community to kind of stay together and help each other out. So really like this feature too. I think this might be an underlooked and underappreciated feature, but I think in time, you guys will see that this is a really good update. This addition here was really good. All right, and then this is just showing more of what we were talking about, showing like the stats and everything. And then up next, we got max slots for runes, gem grindstones, artifacts, and engraved conversion stones increased. This is always one of my personal favorite things that they add. It's not really adding it, it's just increasing the max number of stuff, because I'm always struggling with that. I farm out to the max number. I keep a lot of things I probably shouldn't keep, but yeah, it just gets annoying how like you get stuck there and then you have to go and either delete runes or get new monsters and just throw random runes on them, even though you're not going to use the monster, just for extra storage. But yeah, this is increasing that in this update by 300, I think. Yeah, so it shows down here the other ones. So the gems goes to 4,000 now, so 1,000 increase. Artifacts goes up by 500. Conversion stones goes up by 1,000. So, and then you can also keep expanding it with 300 crystals per expansion. So I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you reach the max number. Obviously, don't waste your crystals on that until you have to. I'm sure we'll be there in like a week with how much you can farm now in this game in a single day. But yeah, really like to, whenever I see this in an update, it automatically gets like a solid 3 extra points for me. So now we are no longer capped out. All right, up next we got rune management and artifact management. Rune and artifact marking bundle save feature. Okay, so here's another thing I'm not an expert at. I haven't fully comprehended what this is, what this does, how to take advantage of this, but I'm sure, you can find other content creators that'll really dive into this and help you out with understanding what settings you want. I might look into it more and maybe make a video in the future. But yeah, you guys can look at this. Just another really good, quality of life feature to have. Yeah, it goes hand in hand with the top two updates with the Summoner's War Optimizer. So good stuff. We're just going to move on. All right, up next we have the Rune Artifact and Monster Marking Max Count increased from 5 to 8. Okay, so just being able to mark 8 instead of 5 now. Not sure why they did that. You guys can let me know down below. And then Artifact Management, Sub-Property Detailed Search, Max Selective Sub-Properties increased from 4 to 8. So everything's going to 8 here. And then Crafting, Rune Artifact, Grindstone Crafting improved, and new content applied. The Rune menu has been revamped to a Rune/Artifact menu. What is this? Hold up. Oh, okay, so this is just like in the crafting building it's talking about. Yeah, just adding more stuff over here. Awesome. Okay, now this is very interesting. I have to go test this out, but if this is what it looks like it is, yeah, let me just read this bottom part. Maybe this explains it. When crafting legend runes from Rune Artifact, Craft Legend Rune, you can now select the rune set, slot number, and main property using rune essences. Yeah, so you can finally select the exact main property that you want from your runes that you engrave. Thank God. So yeah, for example, here's the example picture down here. You can have it so it's not a flat stat. I don't know why anybody would even pick these. I don't know why these are still in the game, but they are. They might as well just remove these and add something different, or just keep the, the main stats everyone goes for. But yeah, that's a great feature to have, making the crafting station more valuable. The cost of crafting legend runes is as follows. Okay. And then going down here, you can now also do the same thing for artifacts. So you can select exactly which stats you want here. If you want HP, attack, or defense on your artifacts. And then similar to legend rune crafting, you can select desired properties using artifact essences. And it explains what an artifact essence is. Can be attained at random when selling rare plus artifacts. Selling 1 legend artifact guarantees 10 artifact essences. Special, ancient gem, ancient grindstone crafting, ancient magic stones, and rune ores obtained from each dimension area are used as material. So yeah, here you go. Just more ways to be able to craft stuff, craft specific stuff. It's just really helping newer players be able to catch up. That's what I'm seeing so far. It's just more stuff that's making it so if you're getting into the game, now with all the events and everything else that's been going on, all the updates that they've had the past couple of months, yeah, I've been saying this. It's literally the best time to get into the game. If you just got into the game, just understand that you are playing at the best possible time. I don't know if it's always going to be like this. Well, like, they're not going to take out these updates, but like once the events go away, I don't know how the game's going to feel after that. But yeah, currently it's in a perfect state. Not a perfect state, but it's in a very good state. And then we have here Battle Training Ground, mock battles revamped. So yeah, I glanced through this already. They're like taking away a bunch of stages and they're just revamping how the battles are done. It's no longer you have to do it in a certain turn order. You just have to do whatever it says at the bottom here. So like for this one, apply soul protection to allies and clear with all allies surviving. So it makes it, I think, easier. We'll try it out. I might make a video on how to do them all just so you guys can get the rewards from it. But yeah, I'm not sure why they did that. I guess because it was kind of annoying doing it the other way around. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know why they they decided to make this change. But anyway, more rewards. Going on down, we have Dimension Hole. Drop rate for high-grade ancient runes has increased. In Dimension Dungeons, level 5, only 6-star ancient runes will drop with an increased chance for higher-grade ancient runes. Nice. Dimension Hole, Lumel remains, Second Awakened Dungeon, Harpu, new menu. A ranking menu which shows the best clear record within the server has been added. Another nice little feature there. And then crafting, Homunculus crafting improved. So here's another one. I had to kind of look over this a couple times. I didn't really understand it at first, but when you craft the Homunculuses, the first version, which is the attack type one, before came out as like the fire version. Now it's going to come out straight away as the water version, and vice versa for the support type. It's not going to be light anymore. It's going to be dark now. And I think the reason they did that is to help you out, help new players out with TOA, because those are usually the versions that are used for TOA. But I feel like most people now use the attack type Homunculus for giants. They use the wind one. And then, yeah, I think the dark one is probably the more used one for the support type. But yeah, I can see why they went with the water. You know, some players still struggle with TOA. And yeah, especially with all the different TOA versions that they have now. You know, TOA hard, COA. It's not a terrible one to have. I feel like almost nobody uses the fire version, so it makes sense why they got rid of that. And then moving down, Homunculus skill evolution, skill preference feature. You can now check the skill preferences based on data from summoners. Use the checkbox to toggle the feature on or off. Okay, so this is really cool. So it just shows like the percentage of which people go down these paths. Look at this one. This is like everyone is going down this path. 1.3% down here. So yeah, just follow these paths. And like I said before, this is the attack type one. It's going to start you out as the water one now, which is, I guess I see now why they did that, because it's at 63%, whereas the wind one's 31%. But yeah, I would say this is like the end game build for your speed giants team. And the water one, like I said, is just for TOA. But all right. The same information is also available from the skill evolution pop-up from the monster menu. And then we got some shop stuff. You know, we just skipped this. More ways to get our money here. The minimum Mac OS version required for devices with Apple M1 or later chips has been increased from 11 to 12. Okay. And other improvements and changes. What do we got here for the other improvements? Gem Grindstone Enchantment, Rune List, a new sort option, sub-property before grinding, has been added. Not exactly sure what that one means. Moving on, craft building, Rune, the mid-rune crafting menu has been removed. Okay, so we're just removing the mid-rune crafting completely, which is fine. We only want the higher tiers anyway. We don't care about the mids. And then monster info debate, the best comments will no longer appear when you sort by recent. New best will remain. Thank God. Not that this feature really matters too much, but yeah, there's a lot of bad information that you get from like older comments that are considered the best comment just because they have the most likes, because they've been around since 2014, 2015. So yeah, just trying to make sure that newer players aren't seeing that information and thinking it's correct, even though it does say the date underneath of it, but I can see how that can mess some people up, I guess. And then a confirmation pop-up will notify you when premium items are in stock when you refresh the magic shop. Okay, that's pretty cool. Another little quality of life feature there, just to make sure you don't miss out on something that's good. And then check-in pass / trial of ascension pass, a notification to inform you of available rewards upon purchase of the pass has been improved. Okay, some in-game designs have been improved to better indicate whether a pass has been applied. more pay to win stuff. Who cares? And then, yeah, for the rest of this, just some game bug fixes. I don't normally go over these. If you guys are having any of these issues, then, yeah, they hopefully fix your issue. All right, but that's the update. What an update. That's actually game changing. Huge update. One of the biggest updates I think we've had in the longest time. Just straight up gave us Summoners War Optimizer in the game. There are some of these other ones in here that I think are kind of underrated. Like this one is going to help the game feel more like a community, being able to actually share stuff with people. What else did they add here? Increasing this. Like I said, I always love when they increase the maximum capacity for things. Just as somebody that's been playing the game for so long, I have so much stuff that I need more storage. And yeah, like I said, if you guys have like good settings for any of this stuff, definitely leave that down below in the comments. Help us all out. I'm not sure exactly how to use it to, you know, the best of my knowledge. But yeah, some more stuff, crafting stuff here. And yeah, we'll take a look at the mock battle real fast. We'll see the change with the mock battle. So here we go. All the mock battles got reset. We now have, what, 20, was it 21? 20 stages. So we have 20 mock battle stages. And as you can see down here, we have the same rewards. You know, this is pretty good, actually, because I need a couple more crystals to get to 3K. Once I'm at 3K, I will be able to purchase this bottom half down here. I'll be able to purchase this with 3,000 and get my additional stuff here. And if any of you guys care, in about 5 days, when I'm able to get this Transcendent Summoning Scroll, we'll be doing another summoning session. Here's all the scrolls I've been saving up. I got a few more that I'm going to get from the event. And then, of course, from this event as well. But I will be doing that, not in 5 days. I'm going to be gone in exactly 5 days. I'm going on vacation for a little while. But once I come back, we'll summon those scrolls. We'll see what we can get. See if we can get any Dracons or anything new. I'll take anything new. You guys know me. But, yeah, we'll go back to the mock battle real fast. I just want to see how this works. Just test it out. Little test run. Okay, I didn't even read. Oh, here we go. Win a battle, apply increased attack to allies, and apply decreased defense to enemies. Easy enough. And then snipe. Strip it. Not sure if I'm doing this correct or not, but we're at least going to win, right? That's all that matters. We get our rewards, and there we go. 3 stars. Don't have to worry about turn order. Lot easier to do. Teaches newer players the game. And yeah, I also have been trying to second awaken all of these Harpoos before I start making videos on them. This is the last one I have. She's at 32% there. And I just ran out of energy. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I might have to spend some crystals to be able to finish making her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think of this update? I think this is completely game changing, and honestly, based off of everything that has been going on in this game, it kind of feels like a grand finale. It kind of feels like we got to the point where 10 years later, and Homunculus has decided we're just gonna, you know, start setting off the rest of our fireworks. Everything that they've kind of had sitting back, they're just letting loose. You know, before they were just doing 1, 2 fireworks at a time. Now they're doing like 10 at a time, it feels like. All these new collabs, all these new events, free scrolls left and right. Also, I don't know why it doesn't show my picture anymore. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, it definitely seems like they're trying to make this game less pay to win. Like, it really doesn't feel like a pay to win game anymore. If you create a new account, and I even proved it in one of my in my series that I've been doing. I know I haven't really done it in a while, but in that series, we showed how you can get through the entire game and get into RTA in a very short amount of time. And the more updates that they keep making, the easier it's going to be. The amount of runes and stuff that you can farm out is in a day is much quicker now, and the type of runes that you get are much better. So it just makes the catch up a lot easier. It makes it so you don't really have to spend money. If you took somebody that was able to spend $1,000 and paired them up against somebody that spent no money, I would say in a week they would still be very, very similar. If you have two of the same similar-minded Summoners War players, they would end up in relatively the same position. And honestly, spending money might actually reduce your progression, because there's certain nat 5s that you can get that you might start leveling up too fast, and it might slow down everything that you should be working on. But I mean, man, the biggest thing is this update right here. Just all these nat 5s that you get for free is crazy. Absolutely insane. It's not even the fact that you get them for free. It's that they already come awakened, max leveled, max skilled, with runes on them. It's honestly stupid. But yeah, now we got this new update on top of it, increasing quality of life. I still think that there's some other updates that need to be added to this game within the next year or so. Updates that I talk about a lot in my live streams, but we'll see what they do. Yeah, my score for this update, it's gonna have to be like a 9.5 out of 10. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.